Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Alright, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there's the Hanged Man. Interesting. Very, very heavy water energy to begin a reading, right? That is just our departure point. So we're going to put that into some context. I already feel like there are some things that we are needing to sacrifice, to give up. Interesting air energy here. Interesting air that seems to be blocking us from all of this wonderful earth energy, fire, the Capricorn devil energy. This is your patron card. Why are we rejecting this? This is the position of what we don't want. So I feel like your life is really blessed, right? We've got all of this great energy here. We've got the Magician, right? We've got all of this good energy, but I feel like we're rejecting it. We're rejecting our true self. We are blocking our own way forward. Well, where there is a problem, there is a solution. But first, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is one card we select at random. We're going to put our little horse right on top. And we're not going to look at that until the very end, and hopefully that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. So let's get into this now. All right, we've got major. We've got three major arcana. We've got some good fire. What we don't have is water. We're missing the water here. We do have a lot of air, certainly have a lot of air. And we've got some very good earth energy, especially on the path of the serpent here. We have these two. Why is there no water? We see the water with the Hanged Man, but I kind of feel like the water is what we're giving up. The water is what we're sacrificing, right? So let's talk about the Hanged Man and see why there's no water. Why do we feel as if we have to give up pleasure? We have to give up happiness? We have to give up some kind of satisfaction or meaning or significance? Are you sacrificing your own emotional well-being? Does it feel like maybe... Because see, we've got this Four of Wands here. Does it feel like maybe in your life, in order for you to have the success that you want, right over here, in order for you to do this, did somebody tell you, maybe this trickster Mercury, did somebody tell you that you have to sacrifice any of your own personal interest? That you had to sacrifice love and joy and pleasure and satisfaction in order to achieve? This is the card that says we have to give something up in order to achieve something else. And yes, generally speaking, I think we do. But I wonder if in this case it's the idea that we have to give up our own personal happiness and satisfaction, that we have to give up love and fulfillment if we want to be successful, right? Kind of this idea that if you want to succeed in business, You've got to sacrifice your personal life, right? I feel like that's the belief that we're working from, but we're rejecting it, right? Because we have this idea, this fundamental idea that we have to reject love and happiness if we want to manifest our will and achieve, if we want to succeed in business, we have to sacrifice love and our personal life. I feel like that is the assumption, that is your perception of reality, but you don't like it, right? We have all of this conflicting air energy here that kind of says, look, if this is the way it has to be, I don't want it. I wouldn't either. But I think the thing that's going on here is that we have to realize, here's the Ten of Swords at the top of the path of the dove, we have to realize that our fundamental assumptions are false. This belief that we have, this perception of reality, is not accurate. Whoever told you that you have to give up your personal love and satisfaction, maybe give up romance or give up a family or give up love or give up your spirituality perhaps, in order to succeed somewhere else in life, well, they were fooling you. And that's why Mercury is back here. And look, even has that sly smile on their face, because they know that they just played the biggest cosmic joke on you that ever was. And don't feel bad, we all fall for it at some point in our life. We all sometimes operate under this false vision of reality, because that's kind of what we're taught, right? This is in the past. This is your history. This is yesterday, childhood, years ago, young adulthood, whatever. Generational, societal, cultural. This idea that, hey, if you want to succeed in business, you have to kill your heart. If you want to have financial success, you got to get away from love and sentimentality and joy, and if you want to be materially successful, you have to give up your spiritual goals. That is nonsense. That is nonsense. And I try not to put my personal opinions into things, and try to remain objective. Even objectively though, you understand that that's nonsense, because you're saying, if this is the truth, if everything that you've been taught, that the world is this way, you're rejecting it, rejecting it, rejecting it. But I think really you understand that this perception of the world is not meant for you. Right? So I think there is an effort. Here's the Ten of Swords again. There's an effort for us to dismantle this worldview. It doesn't hold any water. It doesn't hold any weight with you. I think you're moving past this. I think it's your goal to transcend this idea and learn how to combine both. Learn how to have this unified life, Capricorn. And we talk about this a lot with Capricorn. Capricorns are very ambitious. It's, I think, very natural for a Capricorn to get so focused on business, kind of a workaholic, fixated on their career, that they don't have a family, they don't have an artistic or a spiritual life, they don't have that other side. But you know that's not real. You know that perception of the world is illusory. So I think you're working consciously to dismantle that, to get out of that mindset, and that's what the Ten of Swords is. We're trying to dismantle that mindset. Okay? Because underneath it all, Three of Swords, living according to this mindset has always hurt you. It's an underlying issue, right? Living according to this worldview has caused more harm than good in your life. Yeah, maybe you've had some success. I mean, Mercury over here, this is a rascal over here, right? Because Mercury is saying, yeah, you can have all of the success in business. Mercury, Hermes, is the the Lord of commerce and trade and travel and business and all of this knowledge and education, but it's all illusory. It's all worthless if it has no meaning, right? If it has no value to you, then it is literally worthless. There's no water here to go behind all of this earth energy. So if it doesn't have any significance or meaning to you, then it's not worth anything. This card is saying, yes, you can have all of this success. You know, whatever you wish for, you can achieve. That part's very true. But to then say, okay, you made your wish, now I'm taking away everything that you love. I'm taking away everything, see, Hanged Man here. I'm taking away everything that felt good, everything that you may have wanted, your spirit, your soul, your family, any of these other ambitions. We're taking those away because you said you wanted to be successful. You said that you wanted to, have a business success or career, whatever this was. It's kind of a selling your soul, But we don't, that perception, this very antiquated idea that if you want to be successful in anywhere, this is, Mercury is the god of music too, right? Yeah. Built the first lyre, the first musical instrument, except for the panpipe, which is, ancient. Primordial, the panpipe. Anyway, successful anywhere, business, in creative stuff, in music, in any one area of life. Mercury, the magician, will make it happen. You're being taught that you can focus if you really want to be a famous musician or a stockbroker, or if you really want to have the perfect family. You can do any one of those things. But you then have to sacrifice any other thing. If you want success in that one area, you've got to sell your soul. That idea is antiquated. That kind of catch-22, that kind of that deal is no more. I don't think that it holds any kind of water. I think that you see it for what it is, and that is just a bunch of empty air. It's not real. And I think that any time that you have experienced this kind of flow in your life, it's hurt you. It's heartbreaking. And I could think of a million examples. I don't want to talk about them because they are heartbreaking. It's as heartbreaking to me when I think that I have to go to work and be away from my family, right? It's this idea that you can't have both. And in those families where both parents are working, right? And to me, I don't even want to talk about it. It breaks my heart. So I don't know what the exact situation is for you, but I know that you have ambition. 4 of Wands here. You have a will that you want to manifest. You have this fire energy. You have this confidence, this creativity, and you want to give it form. That's what we see on the path of the Serpent here. We have earth and fire. We have this Capricorn energy. But it's almost as if you're saying, look, if I have to sacrifice the things that I love, I don't want that. I don't want any of this stuff. But the real blessing here is that you don't have to sacrifice this. You can manifest your will. We just have to get out of this way of thinking, and I think you're focused on that. I think you want to get out of that. It doesn't feel good. It's let you down every time. You realize that it's a bunch of nonsense, this idea. So how do we move forward? Well, 8 of Swords. Not by thinking about it, not trying to convince ourselves or convince others, not speaking out against it, not, not writing a strongly worded letter. Right? Because then we're creating more air. It's just words. Like the map is not the territory. This tarot reading is not you doing the work and making progress. It's just me flapping my gums. Right? It doesn't mean anything. You have to find meaning. You have to create meaning. It's not through the air energy. But this is the air that wants to keep you tangled up. This is the kind of air that, you're trying to get out of this mindset. And Mercury kind of says, okay, well, the door's right over there. But this is one of those doors that spins you around and around and around and around. And then before you know it, you're right back in here. And it's one of those things. Well, it's just a revolving door. You should be able to use the door. But it's a trick. Despite your efforts, you just get kind of turned around and you're right back in the middle of it. It seems like one of those Twilight Zone episodes. Or one of those Castle Rock or Channel Zero episodes. Have you seen those shows? I love those shows. They creep me out. So we have to figure out a way to get out of this. We need the water energy. We need to find meaning and significance in what we're doing. We need to break free of this kind of imprisoning frame of mind. We need to get over here to the path of the serpent. This is your general energy. This is the princess. Let me move these cards. This is the Princess of Pentacles, Princess of Discs. This is us learning now how to create the kind of life that has everything we want. It's not easy. But the universe is saying that all the material you need is there. Everything is here in potential. Just like every tarot reading that I ever do, all of the cards are there. Every tarot reading has 78 cards in it. Most of them are underneath the surface. Most of them we don't see. We only see, 10, 11? The princess reminds us of that because this card contains all of the other cards in the tarot. This energy contains all of the other elements. The earth contains the spirit, the fire, the water, even the air. If we don't like the matrix of reality, the belief system that we've been instilled with, that we've been taught, we can change it. It's not easy. Everything you need already exists around you and within you. We can create that best life, but we have to understand exactly what we want, and then we have to have the commitment to build it. Now, the next card is the Three of Wands. It's time to understand what we're creating. We are either creating this, reinforcing this, even by fighting against it, we're giving it validity. It wants you to fight. It wants you to resist, because the more you resist, the more strength it gets for some reason. Because we're acknowledging, we're reinforcing its existence here. But Mercury is unbiased. Mercury doesn't want you to fail, doesn't want you to... Mercury basically is going to take whatever energy there is and concentrate it. So maybe we can take all of this learning that we did, all of our past education, our culture, all the knowledge, everything that we've ever experienced, that we've ever learned, that we've ever seen or read, and we can use that. We can recruit Mercury to be an ally. But now we are giving the message to Mercury. Mercury will just transmit the cultural knowledge, the ancestral knowledge, this whole paradigm that we're in, will transmit it directly into you in a laser accuracy. But now we're the ones that are informing Mercury. So we're behind it like that. We have to understand what we want, what we're creating, what we're capable of, and that we are the fire spirit. We're not contained by this illusory air energy. This false paradigm here. That we can manifest our true self. That we can merge with our true self, become our true self, activate, whatever you want to say. And that is the way that we can take all of the... See, the mountain already exists. It's just up to us now to decide to climb it and reach the kind of life that we want. This is the summit of the mountain, right? This is our one goal. Well, it's a 2 of discs, yeah. Because this is taking the spiritual and the mundane life together as one. This is taking... Here's my cat come to get in on this one. This is us understanding that we don't have to choose. This is the representative of that false choice. The world's not black and white. You don't have to pick left or right. You don't have to pick spiritual life or earthly life. Come here. Say hi to all the Capricorn people. We don't have to make this choice. This is us refusing to make the choice. This is us transcending the choice, right? Not even acknowledging that these two exist as separate things. That your life and the meaning that you find in your life don't have to be compartmentalized. It doesn't have to be business or family. It doesn't have to be a career or a spiritual life. It needs to be a holistic endeavor. It needs to be all in one, which is what we originally kind of set out to want. But we were convinced, again, through all of this whole process, convinced that we had to sacrifice one or the other. We had to sacrifice something in order to achieve one of the successes that we want, right? And that doesn't make sense to me. So the mountain is already here. The work is already before us. And it really is a matter of knowing ourselves, knowing what we want, having the confidence, right? To stand up for ourselves, to say, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not even going to acknowledge that it's there. I'm going to recruit that magician energy, and I'm going to create my own reality. I'm going to create the summit of the mountain that I want, the goals that I want. If I want a career and a family and a spiritual life and a creative artistic life, I can do all of that because the goal, the achievement, the success that I want in life is mine, and I'm creating it. The materials are already here. The mountain is already here. We have to decide what our summit looks like. And not let the world, this false paradigm, this matrix that we're in, not let that decide for us. All right? Let's look at the mystery card. Name the horse Mr. Ed. If you don't get the reference, I'm sorry, I'm probably just a lot older than you. So the mystery card now. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe something like a six of Pentacles. I'd like to see some water energy. I mean, I think that would be nice to get some sort of water here. Because there really isn't any, except for the water that we've given up, right? The Hanged Man, we forgot about this. This is the water, but this is, you can't have that. If you want this, you can't have that. Well, maybe this will be something that's showing we can, right? That we can have it. Yes, and it does. The Empress. The Empress shows that you, by attaining your goals, by having your own authority, by focusing on the type of life that you want, the goals that you want, She wanted to go to the other side. Okay, come up here. Come on. I'm still doing a reading. I'm not done yet. Okay, here we go. Maybe keep going this side. She always shows up in my wife's reading. She's over at Ula Tea Leaf readings. If you want to see more of the cat, she's always on her table. See, I don't really have enough room on my table for her to find a place to sit, you know, so she tries to sit on my leg here. So, with this Empress, this is you attracting these things to you. This is you being a magnet for the kind of life that you want, because you are taking the matter into your own hands, right? You're becoming the authority. You have established your life, and all of this water energy now, all of this, the meaning and the purpose and the significance is coming to you. It's being generated. The Empress is the growth of that natural life. It is the world that we want, right? So I think that this card is showing that we're getting all of the water that we need. We have all of the earth. We have all of the elements for growth, right? So I feel like we're achieving our goals, and it is more significant than we could have imagined. You know, I feel like all of the water energy that's missing from this reading, I think we're going to be drawing it all to us like a magnet. You know, I think the Empress is that magnet for love, for joy, for abundance, for significance. I think this is a very good confirmation card. It really is. To me, this is the exact life that we're building. This is us at the top of the summit, on the mountain. We've done it. We've accomplished everything that we've wanted to in life. And this is us proving the world wrong, right? Proving this false paradigm that it was wrong. We are just the shining example of the blessings and the miracles and all of the water energy that it takes to create this kind of a life. And here it is, you've done that. So I think this is very significant. I think that you are this energy, and this is both the solution, you know, this is the path and the goal, right? Oh, she's trying to get on my head now. We're going to go ahead and do an extended reading. And if you'd like to stick around, I think TT will be here with me. Just click on the link that's up there in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings and probably more of the cat too. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. I really feel like you're the most important part of this channel. And I'll see you very, very soon.